Hello, TikTok land. I hope everyone is doing great. Just sharing a quick update. As for me, things are moving along, but not in the way that I expected. Of course, I am encountering a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles, and I'm trying my best to think positive as I can because there's no help being negative, and it can make things worse, and I could fumble, and things could be worse in the long run. Don't want to do that. So let's get started. I wrote down bed status and also more inconsiderate people, and lastly, a story about Moses leading the Israelites to the promised land and how I think that relates to me. Let's get started. The bed, it's done. It's supposed to be by the trunk, but unfortunately, because of the wheel well and the fridge, I can't have a hanging platform, meaning it's supposed to hang on the passenger headrest all the way to the trunk, and it's 6 feet long. That means I would have a lot of space on the bottom because the bed platform is hanging. But unfortunately, because of the fridge and the wheel well, I have to put the bed now in front of the high voltage battery, and it stretches out all the way to the passenger dash. I mean, it's fine, but I had to rig a lot of stuff, and it was very stressful. And unfortunately, it's not 6 feet anymore, and I'm 6 feet. It's 5 feet. Oh, I probably need to rig another thing to have it stretch out to the hybrid battery. But unfortunately, for those that have been following along, that spot is very soft. It's because there are intricate air vents to keep the battery cool. So I can't really have pressure on it, and it just very stressful. I don't think this applies to the regular Prius. I have the Prius V, it's the big one, and I think it's just that one. I mean, it has more space than the regular Prius, but it's very tricky. To me, I call it unusable space because you really have to build it out to make it usable, and I don't have a home. So I have to build everything in the streets and on the go. It's terrible. It's just really rough. Anyways, I don't want to complain too much because I'll start becoming negative. So the bed's complete. Now the second thing I have to deal with is organizing. And this ties into the second one, the inconsiderate people, because my car right now, I packed it up like a sardine. The reason why is the homeless people, I wouldn't say homeless because there are those that are good and they're considerate, they're clean, have a sane mind, and I call them my neighbors. But unfortunately, the inconsiderate, I'm sure they're very aware of what they're doing. It just, they don't care anymore. They do things without consideration, and especially without consequences because they don't care. And unfortunately, they're at the storage unit and by my unit too, and they're there majority of the day, and they smell very bad, and they let their dogs unleash, they throw their trash everywhere, and they wreck the restroom. It's just terrible. I'm just so tired. I wish the storage place will do something about it, but I guess since they're paying customers. And now it makes it harder for me because I have to go really early in the morning to grab whatever I think I need and put away things that I think I need and then deal with it. Versus if I'm at the storage place, I could clean things out, organize right away because the storage is there. I could put away things I don't need, and things I need, I could pull it out right away. So it'll take me less time, maybe a couple days to get things ready. But unfortunately, at this point, I grabbed all my stuff. It's packed like a sardine, and I need to figure it out. Perhaps write down the things that I need to get, but I don't even remember what I have or if I have it. So, because, oh man, I'm old. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. It's just terrible at this point, but gotta be positive. Gotta be positive. Right now, I think this is just a phase, which, let's get to the third one. The story of Moses. For those that have watched a couple of videos before, I talked about the 4 confirmation, the 4 witnesses that the Father of Heaven is telling me to leave California. One of it, I think it's the first story about Moses taking the Israelites out of the land of Egypt into the land, I think it's Canaan, Christians call it Canaan, the land of milk and honey. And let me elaborate on that story and how I think it applies to me. Because Egypt was the land of bondage to the Israelites because they were prospering and there were more people, they were more happy. And when the Egyptians saw that, they were not happy and they were very harsh and very cruel and made them work very hard. And it got to the point where the Israelites cried out to the Father of Heaven, save us, because they're just so mean. They're supposed to provide us straws and bricks and they're forcing us to go look for it when we don't even know where it's at. And just terrible. So the Father of Heaven sent Moses to be the leader and guide them out. And when he did, so I'm going to shorten up the story a lot. They had to go through the wilderness, and I think that how this applied to me is from Egypt to Canaan, it's supposed to take about, I think, 10 to 11 days around there. But they were mumbling and grumbling in the process because they were hungry and they were thirsty and they were walking, those days, and it just seems endless in those days. And they were just complaining, and they were complaining against Moses. And Moses, he was just a messenger. And then, of course, he let the Father of Heaven know. And because the Israelites were mumbling and grumbling, it took them 40 years for complaining. And I think the reason why the Father of Heaven did that, it was for the old generations that were complaining, that the Father of Heaven just took them out. And for the new ones, their children that did not complain because they didn't know, they're just traveling, for them to go to the land of milk and honey. And that's terrible, right? Just for mumbling and grumbling, what was supposed to take 10 to 11 days took 40 years. So that's letting me know, don't complain, because I've been mumbling and I've been grumbling of all sorts of things. The inconsiderate homeless people, having no money coming in, a mess here, things, challenges there. Just, I gotta be quiet, keep my mouth shut, and just be positive and trust that the Father of Heaven is just gonna put everything in place. And the other thing was, when the new generation stepped in, guess what? When they saw in Canaan, they saw giants, huge giants, because Moses said to the Israelites, he sent out spies to check out the land. And those that checked it out, all of them except for two, all of them said, we saw giants. And they saw us as grasshoppers. And I don't think they were talking figuratively. They're talking literally, because back then there were giants. And only Joshua and Caleb gave a good report and said, in reverse, they said, we are the giants, they are the grasshopper. Let's go take that land the Father of Heaven has promised us, the land of milk and honey. And how I think that applied to me is the same thing. I'm terrified of the unknown. And also someone mentioned that the weather in the very far east of the Midwest or the South is going to be very cold compared to California, because California is quite comfortable. And I know I'm going to experience things that I have not experienced before, and I gotta be mentally ready for it. Anyways, it's 9 minutes. I took up so much time. I want to say thank you to those that have watched the video all the way through. If you are new and enjoy the content, please consider helping me out with a like, a comment, a share, and if you're not subscribed, to subscribe or to follow, because any interaction with the video will help out the channel. It'll let the algorithm know that I'm a good content creator, and it would push out my contents even more. And to all my returning viewers, thank you so much for your support. I'm very grateful, I'm very thankful, and it is very encouraging for me, and also very happy for me to see too, because I would see the follow backs that would like the content. Thank you so much. And yeah, that is it. Until the next video. Wait, I want to share what I'm going to do next. So today I'm just going to organize the best I can. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to try my best to organize. And until the next video, the Father of Heaven willing, hallelujah, and Sinji Dua, which means see you again in Hmong, and I hope y'all will have a great day.